Good morning, everyone. In previous class, we shall discuss about the physical properties of metals and nonmetals, chemical properties of metals. The reactivity of different metals with oxygen is different, and reaction with water and the reactivity of different metals with water is different. Now, today we shall discuss about the topic reaction with acids. So, metals reacts with dilute acids to form salt and hydrogen gas. So, in your previous class, you shall discuss with the chapter 2 acids, bases and salts. When metals reacts with dilute acids to form salt and hydrogen gas. Here magnesium, aluminium, zinc and iron are the metals. Here Mg means magnesium, Al means aluminium, Zn means zinc and Fe means iron. So these are all the metals. Here HCl means acid, hydrochloric acid. MgCl2 means magnesium chloride is one of the salt. Aluminium AlCl3 means aluminium chloride is also one of the salt. Zinc chloride is also one of the salt, and ferric chloride is also one of the salt. And H2 means hydrogen. Hydrogen gas is liberated. Here metal reacts with acid to give salt and water. So the reactivity varies from metal to metal. For the above metals, the decreasing order of reactivity is iron is greater than zinc, zinc is greater than aluminium, and aluminium is greater than magnesium, or the reactivity of varies from metal to metal. So copper, silver and gold do not react with dilute hydrochloric acid. Here HCl means hydrochloric acids. So copper, silver and gold do not react with dilute hydrochloric acid. Here hydrogen gas is not evolved when metal reacts with nitric acid. Note on the point here, hydrogen gas is not evolved when metals reacts with nitric acid. Here the molecular formula of nitric acid is HNO3 because it is a strong oxidizing agent and it oxidizes the hydrogen and produce water and itself reduced to oxides of nitrogen. Because it is a strong oxidizing agent and it oxidizes the hydrogen and produces water and itself reduced to oxides of nitrogen. Here copper reacts with nitric acid to give cupric nitrate and water and nitrogen oxide is separated. So here Cu means copper, HNO3 means nitric acid, CuNO3 into 2 means cupric nitrate, and H2O means water, and NO2 means nitrogen oxide. Here copper reacts with nitric acid to give cupric nitrate, water, and nitrogen oxide is separated. And then reaction of metals with metal salt solutions. So what happen when metals reacts with a salt solution? So here reactive metals can displace less reactive metals from the compounds in solution or molten form. So here reactive metals can displace the less reactive metals from their compounds in solution or molten form. Here a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its solution is called displacement reaction. So you have already studied in the first chapter chemical reactions and equations. A more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution. Here magnesium displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Magnesium displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Here when magnesium reacts with copper sulfate. Here magnesium sulfate is formed and it displaces the copper. Here copper is displaced from the magnesium and copper sulfate solution. Here zinc displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Here zinc displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Here zinc reacts with copper sulfate. Here zinc sulfate is formed and it displaces the copper. So iron displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Here Fe means iron. When iron reacts with copper sulfate, it gives ferrous sulfate and copper is displaced. Here when you know that here the iron and copper are more reactive metals. So when these metals reacts with copper sulfate solution, it displaces the magnesium and zinc and iron displaces the copper. So here copper and iron is more reactive metal. So you know that the less reactive metals means the metals do not react with the water or lead, copper, silver and gold do not react with water. Here metals copper and iron are more reactive metal. Here question is arise. So which metals is more reactive metal? Copper and iron is the more reactive metal. And then reactivity series of metals. So the reactivity series is a list of metals arranged in the increasing or arranged in the order of the decreasing activities. The reactivity series is a list of metals arranged in the order of their decreasing activities. The arranging of metals in the decreasing order of the reactivity is called reactivity series of metals. Here question is arise. What is reactivity series of metals? The arranging of metals in the decreasing order of the reactivity is called reactivity series of metals. Here see the sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc and iron are the most reactive metal. Potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc and iron are the most reactive metal. Here lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold are come into the least reactive metal. So here how do metals and non-metals reacts with metals? So you know that the differences between the metals and the non-metals in the previous topic. So here how the metals and non-metals reacts. So let us see about that. Here metals lose electrons and become positive ions. So they are called electropositive elements. So simply to say the metals which lose electrons are called electropositive elements. The metals which lose electrons are called electropositive elements or lose electrons and become positive ions. So they are called electropositive elements. For example, the atomic number of sodium is 11. You know that. The atomic number and the mass number. So here what is atomic number? The number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom is called atomic number. The number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom is called atomic number. For example, here the sodium. Here the atomic number of sodium is 11. So its electronic configuration is 281. Here K shells can accommodate the 2 electrons, L shell can accommodate the 8 electrons and M shell can accommodate the 1 electrons. 2 plus 8, 10, 10 plus 1, 11. So total the total number of elements in sodium is 11. So its valency is when? Because in outermost shell only 1 electrons are present. Here what do you mean by valence electrons? Here the outermost shell electrons are called valence electrons or the combining capacity of an element are called valence electrons. So here it has, what is the valency of sodium? The valency of sodium is a 1. So it loses 1 electron and forms a sodium ion. It loses 1 electron and forms a sodium ion. So observe this equation. Here the total number of atoms in the total number of electrons in sodium atom is 11. So in K shell is 2, L shell is 8 and M shell is 1. So when it becomes octet structure, it forms the 8 electrons in the outermost shell. So here in K shell is 1, it loses the 1 electron and forms the octet structure. And then magnesium. Here how many electrons are present in magnesium? So what is the atomic number of magnesium? The atomic number of magnesium is 12. So here in K shell it's accommodate the 2 and L shell is 8 and M shell is 2. So its valency, what is the valency of magnesium? The valency of magnesium is 2. When it gets the octet structures, so it forms the 8 electrons in the outermost shell. So it loses the 2 electrons and form the strong bond. So here, so non-metals. Here non-metals means, or electronegative electron means, the electrons gain electrons and become negative ions. They are called electronegative elements. Gain electrons and become negative ions. So they are called electronegative elements, or simply to say, the atoms which gain electrons are called electronegative elements. The atoms which lose electrons are called electropositive elements. The atoms which gain electrons are called electronegative elements. For example, the atomic number of chlorine is 17. You will study that in 8th standard. The atomic number of chlorine and the structure of chlorine. So here the atomic number of chlorine is 17 and its electronic configuration is 287. A K shell can accommodate the 2 electrons and L shell can accommodate the 8 electrons and M shell can accommodate the 7 electrons. So it has 7 valence. It gains 1 electrons and form a chloride ion and form a octet structure. The chlorine atom gets a unit negative charge because its nucleus has 17 proteins and there are 18 electrons in its K, L and M shell. So this gives us chloride ion Cl minus. So both these elements, so the elements which becomes an octet, it's gain only 1 electron. So here the valency of chlorine is 1. The valency of chlorine is 1. Here see that there is the atomic number of chlorine is 17, K shell is 2 and L shell accommodate in 8 and M shell is 7. When it becomes octet, it gain only 1 electron and it form the octet structure. So here the elements which lose electrons, the atoms which lose electrons are called electropositive elements. The atoms which gain electrons are called electronegative elements. So very important in your examination. And then formation of sodium chloride. Formation of sodium chloride. Here how the sodium chloride is formed. So let us see that. So formation of sodium chloride molecule. So observe this equation. How sodium chloride is formed. The atomic number of sodium is 11 and its electronic configuration is 281. And its electronic configuration is 281. And chlorine. The atomic number of chlorine is 17 and its electronic configuration is 287. The atomic number of sodium is 11 and its electronic configuration is 281. Means K shell can accommodate the 2 electrons, L shell accommodate 8 electrons, and M shell can accommodate 1 electron. So its valence is 1 electron. So it loses 1 electron to form the Na plus ion or sodium ion. When it loses the 1 electron to form a Na plus ion. The atomic number of chlorine is 17. You know that the atomic number of chlorine is 17. Its electronic configuration is 287. So it has 7 valence electrons in the outermost shell. So when it becomes octet, so it gains the 1 electron to form the Cl minus ion. So then the attraction between the Na plus ion and Cl minus ion results in the formation of sodium chloride molecule. The atomic number of sodium is 11 and its electronic configuration is 281. Have understood? So its valency is 1 because in the outermost shell only 1 electron is present. So the valency of sodium is 1. So it loses 1 electron to form the sodium ion. But the atomic number of chlorine is 17. The electronic configuration of chlorine is 287. In the outermost shell, here 7 electrons are present in the chlorine. So it's give the 7 electrons, it's very difficult. But it gains the 1 electron through sodium, it's very easy. So it can be take 1 electrons from sodium and form a octet structure. So then the attraction between the sodium and chlorine ions results in the formation of sodium chloride molecule. And then formation of magnesium chloride. Here the molecular formula of magnesium chloride is MgCl2. Here the atomic number of magnesium is 12. Atomic number of magnesium is 12. Its electronic configuration is 282. K shell can accommodate the 2 electrons, L shell can accommodate the 8 electrons, and M shell accommodate the 2 electrons. 2 plus 8, 10. 10 plus 2, 12. And chlorine. Atomic number of chlorine is 17. So its electronic configuration is 287. So K shell accommodate the 2 electrons and L shell can accommodate the 8 electrons and M shell can accommodate the 7 electrons. So when it becomes octet, so it's take the 1 electrons from the and it's form the octet structure. So here the atomic number of magnesium is 12. The atomic number of magnesium is 12. So its electronic configuration is 282. So it has valence has 2 electrons. The valency of magnesium is 2 because in the outermost shell 2 electrons are present. So here the outermost electrons are called valence electrons. So in the magnesium, in the outermost shell, how many electrons are there? Here 2 electrons. So it has valency are 2 electrons. So it loses 2 electrons and to form the Mg2 plus. It loses the 2 electrons and it forms the Mg2 plus. So observe the equation. It loses the 2 electrons and form the Mg plus Cl. So here the atomic number of chlorine is 17. So its electronic configuration is 287. So it has 7 valence electrons. So it gains 1 electron to form chlorine. So it gains 1 electron to form chlorine. So then the attraction between magnesium ion and chlorine ion results in the formation of magnesium chloride MgCl2. Have understood? So here magnesium loses the 2 electrons and it forms the MgCl2. It forms the magnesium chloride molecule. Very important in your examination. And then ionic compounds. So ionic compounds, you will know that what do you mean by ions. Here charged particles are called ions. Charged particles are called ions. So here either positive or negative ions are called ions. So here ionic compounds are compounds formed by the transfer of electrons from a metal to a non-metal. Ionic compounds are the compounds formed by the transfer of electrons from a metal to a non-metal. Here the properties of ionic compounds. So they are formed by the transfer of electrons and are made up of ions. They are formed by the transfer of electrons and made up of ions. They are crystalline solid. They are observe the figure. Here they are crystalline solids and they have melting point and boiling point. They have high melting and boiling point and they are soluble in water but insoluble in organic solvents. So like petrol and kerosene are the organic solvents. So they are insoluble in organic solvents but they are soluble in water. They conduct electricity in molten state or in solution. They are conduct electricity in molten state. When it becomes hard, it's conduct the electricity. So in a solution, they conduct electricity in molten state or in solution. Okay dear students, today we shall discuss about the importance of reaction with acids, reaction of metals with salt solutions and reactivity series of metals. How do metals and non-metals reacts, formation of sodium and magnesium chloride molecule and ionic compounds, the properties of ionic compounds. Okay, thank you.